You are Daddy Pascal.
Daddy Pascal. Papi Pascal.
I've actually said to the guys, you need to stop me from fandoming too much. So, Chris, what would you like to ask?
Do you know what I'd like to kick this off with? Firstly, welcome to the UK.
Thank you.
We've had a lot of stars coming over and almost taking over or buying British football teams.
Huh?
Have you been tempted since you've been here to invest
to buy
in one yet?
a British football team?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Don't
What
want to
would
be in
Chile
that
do
game?
to me?
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about a Chilean football team?
No, thank you.
Just trying to sell him a football team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe not Watford for now.
Let's talk about the Mandalorian.
No, I need a new mattress before I can buy a football team.
That's fair. That's fair.
Priorities.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, third series. This is like one of the biggest things Disney has ever done. And I feel like when you get to the third series, this happens with loads of things. Suddenly everyone's realised who isn't watching it, they're missing out. This is exactly what's happened to me. We go, I need to catch up. What do I do? Do they need to go straight from season one or could they jump in now?
I always recommend a little refresher. It's all available to you. They're short, yummy chapters. But I think that if you start at season 3, you're good. You're good to go. It's all taken care of. We've got a nice bridge between season 2 and season 3 with the Book of Boba Fett. Din Djarin and Grogu are reunited, and more adventures await. He has the dark saber, you know.
It is.
And Bo-Katan needs that back.
It is the best series out there. And I know you're in several series that I'm loving at the minute, but this is the best series out there. Now, the introduction of Grogu, which obviously a lot of people will call Baby Yoda, which is what everyone has been kind of pushing. I mean, that storyline, I mean, the character of Grogu is so good. How do we see him develop in this series?
He's honing his powers, and I love the idea of this immediately disarming relationship that is sort of instantaneously relatable of protector and protected, and how that dynamic can kind of shift, and where, you know, who shows up for the other, and depending on what the circumstance is very, very interesting and surprising this season, and heartwarming.
Also, something that I found interesting was that am I right in saying every series has a new director?
Mostly. There are some repeat.
Okay.
We've got new directors this season, and a director who is now executive producer who's been with us since season 1, Rick Famuyiwa, and Bryce Dallas Howard is back, and others. I'm sure they've released the list of directors.
Like Taika Waititi's done one, and
Taika Waititi did in the first season. And there are surprises in every aspect of the show in terms of what happens with characters' appearances, performers or actors, and even, you know, surprise directors and stuff like that.
As an actor, is that difficult working with all these different people?
No, it's great. This whole thing is the most unique job I've ever had, because it is such a team effort around being Mandalorian, number one. There's Brendan Wayne, Lateef Crowder, and there's so much sort of surgical post-production work that goes into changing the text, changing the tonality of a line, and so the one constant has been Jon Favreau for me, and Dave Filoni. But, you know, from the very first meeting that I had with them, John has been with me. He's always on set. He's in every aspect of post. And it is just a really incredible working collaborative relationship, which you wouldn't expect it to be so rich, because it's a faceless, completely armored, you know, man of few words. On top of it all, you know what I mean? And yet it's been this fascinating challenge to kind of make it something that people can connect to and engage with, even if Baby Grogu isn't there sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
but if he is, we're all okay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Pedro, when you're at home and you just want to relax, right, it must be tricky, because I enjoy so much of your work. That's why I used to chill. Like, I'll go home, put on the TV, and you're in the biggest and best shows. So what do you do when you go home? Like, is it tricky to avoid yourself, almost?
I don't do much. And there's a lot of content. It's easy to avoid me.
But you literally, like, I know for a fact your fans are a thing in itself. I mean, have you seen that fandomania grow for yourself over the last couple of years?
I love TikTok.
Yeah.
Not because of I haven't worked my way into, what do you call it? My FYP.
Oh yeah, the FYP. Yes, that's it.
So I haven't made it into my FYP. My FYP continues to be cooking and hilarious,
Like
dark
fails.
humor, fails, and all kinds of just comedy. And it would kind of interrupt my reality if I had to see myself. So that hasn't happened yet. And I remember watching The Last of Us and enjoying. And I wrote Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin something about episode 2, and I was having such a good time. And I wrote them, I was like, the only problem I have with it is that I'm in it. But not because I I don't like what you do. It's just distracting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so into this, but
you know
there
it's
you
you.
are.
But, I mean, look,
I don't believe you, Pedro.
but it is that thing, like, you know, you've played so many amazing characters, right? Obviously, at the time, you know, at the time when The Mandalorian comes out, you got Last of Us as well. So fans will either be calling you Mando, they'll be calling you Joel from The Last of Us. But there is something that the fans like to call you, and I was new to this the other day. It's Daddy.
Daddy.
You are Daddy Pascal.
Daddy Pascal. Papi Pascal.
What do you make of the word of the whole vibe of the daddy
Are you
thing?
new to it? It's been
It's
been going on for years.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm a little bit new to it. It was through the TikTok thing, but it's a big thing for you and your fans.
Have you ever introduced yourself as Daddy Pascal?
No, I haven't.
that would be it. Hey, but look, Pedro, thank you so much for coming on the show today for joining in on some of the fun that we had today. As I say, everyone in this room, massive fans of you, so it was a big deal for you to come in today. Don't forget, Mandalorian Season 3 out on Disney Plus March 1st. Let's hear it for the one, the only Pedro Pascal!
Yes! Come on.